know, it's hard to believe. I didn't believe it either. In fact, that's why it took me 9 months into a pandemic to finally sign up for Instacart to start having my groceries delivered to my door. Hey friends, Nicole here. I am going to share with you exactly what the experience is like to use the Instacart app to have my Aldi groceries delivered versus going to my local grocery store where I've shopped for years and years, which is Meijer here in the Midwest. And I'm gonna take the same exact list from both places and I'm gonna show you guys if I'm actually saving money by having my groceries delivered and if Hopefully that wasn't a burglar. Hopefully that was just ice falling. I'm gonna compare how much I spent at each place, include all the fees that come along with using the Instacart app, and I'm hoping I'm gonna prove to you guys that you actually can save money by having your groceries delivered to your door. The first thing you need to do if you're gonna go to the grocery store, and be efficient anyways, is to make a grocery list. It took me forever for my sister to convince me that yes, you will indeed save time by making a grocery list and you won't get to your meal on Thursday and think, ah, crap, I forgot the enchilada sauce for my enchiladas, which has happened to me way more times than I care to admit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my timer. I'm going to create a grocery list for this week, and this will be really helpful with this comparison. That way I can make sure my Aldi list is pretty similar to my Meijer list. So I finally made it to Meijer after like 2, maybe even 3 weeks of putting this off and not wanting to actually go to the store because I'm so addicted to having my groceries delivered. Here I am at Meijer. Honestly, it's the first time in like 3 months I've been at a store for groceries, which is pretty awesome. But here we are. I want to compare. Of course, it's going to take more time to pick up my groceries at Meijer. That's pretty obvious, but is it actually saving me money? Because that's why I told my husband that we needed Instacart and Aldi. I went into the store about 8:40. I'm coming out about 9:25. It's pretty early in the morning, so it wasn't very busy. I didn't have to wait more than 5 minutes to check out, and I didn't have to move around a lot of people. They didn't have a lot of the things that they normally have, which was a little bit disappointing. I'm headed home now. I just have to unload all my groceries from the car and take them up the million stairs to my house, so. Alright friends, I know you're skeptical, but I'm going to show you exactly how this works. It's a little bit different when you use Instacart because instead of writing out a paper list, I'm actually going to use my phone. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and as you can see, I am going to go ahead and start the timer and compare how long it took me to actually write out my list, knowing what my meals are, compared to creating my Aldi list. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the Instacart app. You can see down here that there's lots of different stores that I could pick. I could even pick Meijer, but I actually did that and I found that shopping at Meijer was just a little bit more expensive, and if I shopped at Aldi, I could actually save money. The cool thing about this app, as you can see here, is that I can look at all the things I've bought, and there's a lot of things that I buy every single week, and I'm sure you can totally relate because every week you need bananas and milk and eggs and things like that. So that actually saves me a lot of time. So I'm gonna actually start with that part of my list today, and I'm gonna just go down the list of all the things that I need. When it comes to things like bananas and fruit and things like that, you can actually choose according to how many you want or how many pounds that you want. When it comes to chicken breasts and things, they're kind of prepackaged, so you kind of get what you get, and they give you an estimated amount that it's gonna cost. But you never know exactly how much is going to show up on your bill here. Going to get a little sneak peek into my life and all the things that I would typically buy at the store here. It's actually a little bit easier when you have this list. I was really worried when I first started that I was like, you know, I feel like I'm just going to spend all this time on my phone creating this list, and it's going to just take me way too much time. I'm not really interested. What I actually found was that it actually saves me time. I'm telling you guys, it is so much quicker. This is really cool. They even sell wine and beer, and as long as you have your ID when they show up, you can buy those things from Aldi, which is so, so cool. Now there are some exceptions to this because Costco will not deliver alcohol, which is one of the places you could buy from, but they won't deliver alcohol. So, okay, we're gonna do some searching here for some different items that I didn't see. Maybe they're not carrying them this week, or they're out of stock. Oh yay, they do have oranges. Looks like I already put that in the cart. I just forgot. I will say at Aldi, there's not as many options, so you either get, usually it's like organic or regular. That's your choice. It definitely saves me time that way too. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to the cart. We're gonna check out. I'll kind of go through the charges with you. It looks like I want it delivered today, and it looks like they can actually deliver it by 1:45. And that is my phone number, credit card, all that stuff is in there. And I've already double checked all the items that I need. There is a 5% tip that they add onto your bill, which is pretty standard, and then I can always add to it after it's delivered if something really exceptional happened during the delivery. Here you can see that because I have Instacart Express, which I'm gonna go over that option in this video, I actually don't have to pay a delivery fee, which is awesome, and the service fee would have been $7.51, but again, because I have the Instacart Express membership, I am only gonna be charged $2.89. Makes my total bill $122.66. They tell me how much I save because I am an Instacart Express member, and then I'm just gonna place my order. Okay, so that took me 10 minutes and 43 seconds to put everything in my cart and to check out. Now, as my shopper gets to the store, I just got a message saying, hey, up until your shopper starts shopping, feel free to add things to the cart. So if you're walking around your kitchen and you realize, oh shoot, I didn't put almonds on my list or whatever, you can go ahead and add that to the cart. The shopper then, once they get to the store, a lot of times will send you a message and they will say, hey, I'm here. I even had someone say, the produce looks really bad today. I'm going to try to do the best I can, but we might need to do some substitutions. A lot of them will ask if you want the substitution. So let's say they're out of, I picked Cara oranges or Cara, I don't know how to say that, but anyways, these oranges that are really delicious, kind of look like a grapefruit inside. And if they're out of those, they might say, hey, would you rather have mandarin oranges? I can say yes, I can say no. Some of them will just pick the replacement they think is best. If you catch it while they're still in the store, like you'll kind of see what they're replacing as they're going. So if you're just a person that likes to really watch your phone and kind of see what's going on, you can keep up and it'll say, do you want to replace this? And you can say yes or no. Like sometimes they'll come up with a replacement that I'm like, no, that doesn't really do it for me. Like it's turkey burger instead of beef. For some people that's okay. Some people that's not okay. So if they just make that substitution without asking, then you do still have a chance, if you're watching your app, to go ahead and say, no, I don't want that one. You can chat with them throughout while they're at the store. And then you can also leave messages like, hey, I'm not gonna be home, just leave it on the porch. Or I have a really long driveway, feel free to turn around by my garage, or different things like that, just to make the experience easier for them as well. So basically now what I do is I just wait until I get a notification on my phone that says, hey, your Instacart shopper is done, and then it'll give me an estimated delivery time. They will show up. They're usually a little bit earlier than that, so know that there's probably a 10-minute window before and after that they could show up in, especially on a day like today where it's really snowy where I am. So the roads might not be that great for them. They will show up and then they can just leave it at the door if I didn't have alcohol, like I said. Or I can go out. I've many times gone out and helped them carry the groceries in, and they've all been really, really nice. It's really, really easy, and my job is just to put all the groceries away. So that's pretty much it. The next thing that might be helpful for you to see is kind of how the Instacart membership works, and I'm gonna go through that next. By the way, when you shop with Instacart, they do give you a code. I do have one. You get $10, I get $10. Feel free to use it, not use it. But if you want $10 off your first order, it might be kind of handy. So just check the description if you're interested in that link. If you're an Instacart Express member, there is a $0 delivery fee if you have an order over $35, which, let's be honest, we can all probably think about $35 in groceries. I think there was one time that I really needed tampons. That was pretty much the only time that I really had to scrounge around for $35 worth of items. There's also lower service fees. So as I kind of showed you, it's about half, a little less than half of what it is. And I think they don't give an exact number on the screen because I think it depends on the area that you're in and the store that you're using. As you're considering if you want to be an Instacart Express member or not, there's 3 things to consider. How many times do I have them coming to my house per week? If it's more than once, or there's a chance it's more than once a week, or you're not putting in big orders, then you're gonna save a lot when it comes to the delivery fee. As far as the service fee, if you're an Instacart Express member, you're always gonna pay less. So instead of 5%, I'm paying about 2% for the service fee. But it is a percentage of the whole grocery bill, so it doesn't matter how many times you shop there, it's the same percentage. And then the last thing to know is that it's a yearly fee, so it's $99 a year. So I basically took that, okay, I get about 1 grocery order per week. $99 divided by 52 is gonna be $1.90 per week, as you can see there. So $1.90 per week is how much you have to add to each bill when you are thinking if the membership is worth it for you or not. For some of you, maybe getting out into the grocery store is like your outing and you look forward to it. For people like me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 2 kids. I have to get in the car seat. I have to get them in. We have to all bundle up in our winter gear. I had my son literally dive into the sausage display. Luckily, I caught him before he completely face planted into all the sausages, but these are just some of the struggles at the grocery store. Going to the store can be a huge headache for all moms, and when you think about getting delivered, it's so nice to know that you could actually save money. I just got done looking at the list. Literally, my brain hurts. It was more math than I've done in a long time. But there were a few things that when I ordered at Aldi that they didn't have and had to replace, compared to a few things that Meijer was out of today. And I threw a few extra things into my cart for my birthday when I ordered from Aldi, and so I subtracted all the extras so that the lists were exactly the same. I did my very best to buy, if it was a free range egg at Meijer or Aldi, I bought the exact same thing at the other store. Same with meat, because I know there's lots of different qualities in meats. And one of the things that people are probably thinking is, well, if you shop at Aldi versus your local grocery store, you're probably getting less of a quality item from one store or the other. So I made sure I bought this equally quality item. If it was organic, I bought it organic at the other place to really compare if I'm really saving money if I buy the same things. I know for a fact that I save money not going to Meijer because I'm not buying like the fancier tortilla shells, and I'm not buying dairy-free yogurt because they just don't have that at Aldi. That's completely fine. It's not really something that I actually needed anyways. So I wanted to make sure this was an apples to apples comparison, and drum roll please. The total at Meijer was $116.40. The total at Aldi for just the groceries was $102.39. And I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, but what about all the extra fees? You're right, there are extra fees. So first we have to include what the tip would have been, and a 5% tip is very normal tip. This is what they recommend. This is what I give. I've had a few shoppers go way above and beyond, and I will tip above that. But for the most part, I stick to the 5% tip that they suggest. So for this bill, that was $5.12. And then there's also a 2% service fee that they put on your bill as well, and that was $2.35. But the total at Aldi was $110.28. So even if they charged me $5.99 for a delivery fee, it would still be $1 cheaper to have my groceries delivered to my door versus me spending a half an hour in the car, plus money for fuel, plus having to drag my kids along most of the time. So yes, it is cheaper to have my groceries delivered than to go to the store. I will continue to have my groceries delivered because it's cheaper and it's way easier. If you want to know another way to make your life easier, check out this video about diaper bags and how you don't really need them and they're probably causing you more stress than they're worth.